Hi guys, my name is Pudds. My real name is Pui Ting. I am 23 years old. I am a cosplayer, a ex-streamer, a content creator, and I'm also an artist. I'm quite nervous to be here today because I have big imposter syndrome, but hopefully my talk here today can inspire some of you out there to bring something back, a lesson or two from my life experience. So as you know, I have 4 things that I usually do, which is cosplay, stream, create content, and also sing. So I'm going to go through my life story in a chronological order for you to hopefully inspire you guys. Okay, starting back from young Pudds. Okay, I was this weird kid at school, right? Did not have much friends, really liked anime and manga, and back at the time, before Netflix came with Demon Slayer, right? I was this kid back then where everyone thought, okay, she's weird, let's not talk to her. And, maybe occasionally bully her sometimes. I was the person, right? But, back then, I tried to stay strong. Every day after school, we'll go back to watch anime at home. And one fateful day, there was an advertisement for a cosplay event in KL. I thought to myself, okay, I go to school, I get harassed by people who judge me. Why not I join an event where everyone gets harassed all the time, probably in school, so no one can judge me? Yeah, that was my idea back then. And so I told my mom, I want to get a costume to cosplay. And my mom was like, Back then, my family wasn't very well off because I am a single child of a single mother who also had a single mother. So 3 of us were kind of really trying to get by. And my mom was like, no, you cannot. We don't have money. And I was like, please, please, please. And she was like, okay, you know what? If you want to get a costume, you have to give me 5 A's for UPSR. I was like, oh, okay, fine. I did it. I got the 5 A's and I showed my mom, get my 5 A's. And she was like, okay. And that's how I became a cosplayer, right? Using the only resource I had back when I was in school, in primary school, academic excellence. I used that to my advantage to get what I want, right? Yeah. Next up, how I became a streamer. It's also about the same story, but the streamer part of my life was kind of like the bridge from cosplay to content. So check me out, okay? I did the same thing to get that PC to stream by making a deal with my mom. I was like, I want to stream. She's like, okay, streamer. And I was like, the PC costs like, 6,000 ringgit. 6,000 ringgit? I was like, this is not it. We don't have the money. I was like, but then I thought, okay, how can I convince her to give me that money to buy the PC? Like, oh, Mom, this money can earn back one. And she's like, ain't no way that's gonna happen. And I was like, just wait and see. So I did my best in academics that time. I got my, forgot 8 A stars for 8 A stars for my IGCSE, and I was like, Ching! Here's my results. Logging in the PCs. And she was like, okay. But they came with a little bit of guilt because I know back then we weren't doing very well. So once I got the PC, I was like, this is my making money device. I gotta make the best out of it, and I gotta give that money back to my mom so she will not yap. So I started pushing myself to do streaming. Back then it was Facebook gaming. You guys remember Facebook gaming? Yeah, everyone knows Twitch, right? Yeah, Twitch. So I made myself stream 3 to 4 times a week, trying my best. Because, on platforms like streaming platforms, if you do a good job and if you manage to entertain your audiences, they can give you like donations, like in the form of like stars or bits, right? So that's what I did. I kind of grind a lot. Each stream was around like 5 hours just playing games and talking about anime. And eventually that did work out for me as well. There were some people who did donate, and I did earn, so I gave money back to my mom, and yeah, that was all good. But here's the important part of this streaming journey, right? I was putting myself out there. I streamed because I have not a lot of friends to talk to back then, right? So I managed to get what I want, and I also thought, if I put myself out there, perhaps someone out there can see my potential and give me a platform to climb even higher in this field, like the entertainment field. And that's when it happened. I was streaming so much. This tech production company approached me, and they said, "Hey, Pudds, we'd like you to work for us. We are a tech production house." And I was like, bro, this is not it. Because I am a cosplayer, I like anime, I like games. I do not like GPUs, CPUs, semiconductors. It was way out of me. Like, that is weird. Okay, you guys are tech students. Okay, sorry, guys. But, I didn't take admets. Okay, yeah, like, I feel weird being here. But anyways, so I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I can learn. Maybe I can pull it off, fake it till you make it. I said, okay, sure. So I worked there. I had to force myself to learn all about this tech stuff. It was difficult. But while I was there, I was also thinking, how can I use this to step up in this career and build more of a name for myself? Sure, ledging onto the company's social media when they post about me, people get to see me, of course. But I thought, what can I learn from here? So what I would do is that I would go up to the editor there and I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm editing. I was like, oh, can you show me? And then she's like, huh? Okay. So that's where I got to learn how to edit. Back then it was Premiere Pro before CapCut appeared, right? So it was like dragging clips on the timeline, making cuts like, this is a J cut, this is a C cut. And I was like, wow, okay, I'm learning something. And I would also go to my boss back then because he was the main content lead. I'll be like, oh, how do you write this? And he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna write it with a hook, grab the audience. We are in Malaysia. We gotta appeal to the mass demographic Malay people. It's like, oh. So that's how I guess I tried to make the most out of an unfavorable situation, being in a tech company which I had no interest in, and try to get something from it. And of course, me being me, I would leave the stuff that I lose interest in, like my exes, really quickly. Yes, I left the company and I thought to myself, okay, this is my moment. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna make content and I'm gonna, I'm gonna get up there, And that's when I started my TikTok, right? The low content, editing. Okay, I'm gonna start off by putting myself out there with a pretty awesome video. And it worked out. Maybe some of you might have seen some of those videos from the past. There, one, two people. Hi. Yeah, that was me trying my best. Yeah, so I experimented after that with my own social media and thankfully, it worked well, right? And here's when I hit another kind of like block in my life. Back then, when I took that job, right, I was actually studying German language because I wanted to go to Germany to continue studying. I wanted to be a fashion designer, okay? But, in that time, in that year, COVID happened. I don't know, I think a lot of speakers talked about COVID today, but during that time, it was really difficult for me because how unstable the economy was, how money wasn't really being spent. Everyone was like, oh, this is an emergency, we gotta save. Yeah, that was bad. I'm quite poor. My parents quite poor, so my mom also got diagnosed with cancer in the same year. So I guess going to Germany to study is definitely out of the question because we could not afford it. And it was basically me, my mom, and my grandma, right? So two of them are not really earning anymore. And they are both like looking at me. I look at them like, so what do you want me to do? And they were like, okay, you know what? Just do your thing, try your best. And so like back then, it was just me, my phone, scrolling videos. I tried everything I could do, right, to gain a bigger audience, experimented with different video styles, formats, right? Eventually found my niche, and with a stroke of luck, thankfully, it did manage to get me viral. It did manage to land me jobs with brands, and thankfully, it also managed to allow me to support myself and also my family until today. So, bless. Yeah. I would say that after so much of this time has passed, I think luck is also a very important factor when it comes to social media, because things can happen out of nowhere. Like this guy approached me telling me to work in his tech company, right? 2 years ago, Warner Music approached me to ask me to become an artist and sing for them. I was like, the only singing I do is in the shower though. And they were like, no worries, we can coach you. I was like, okay, I guess, with the resourcefulness like that, hopefully, this job being in Warner Music can get me somewhere, more people get to know about me. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And yay, now I have 2 singles released as well. So, bless. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. It feels very strange for me to flex, right? But the lesson that I want to share with you guys is to be very resourceful with everything you have, right? Because those resources could be used to get a tool to make your future brighter. That is the main thing that goes on in my life. Anyways, also want to talk about what I feel about content and what I plan to do next, right? Since I'm on platforms that usually do very short form content, I find that recently the content that I've been scrolling is not up to my quality. I mean, not to my level. I just don't really find it interesting as I did anymore. Maybe because I'm growing older, right? What I plan to do, because I feel a responsibility. So many people follow me, like that guy up there and Mr. Yong, right? There are a lot of important people following me. I just feel the responsibility and the need to put better content out there and provide value back to my audience, because they followed me. They gave me a platform. They gave me my rice bowl. I want to give back something to them that, hopefully the future and younger generations also can learn something from. And last year, I was brainstorming content while being on a creative block. I was on an island. I was on an island thinking, okay, what content should I do next? I really like culture. I really like Malay stuff. All these jokes have got me somewhere, but I cannot live my life as just a joke, right? That's what I thought. And I thought, since I like dressing up, why not I combine dressing up, Malay culture into one, and do a video that showcases traditional clothing to the world. And that's when I came up with the 14 state traditional clothing idea that you guys might have seen, right? Managed to collaborate with Syed Sadiq on one of the episodes as well. And I think from doing that, I really realized that this is something I like to do. Like, I think this is more meaningful than creating content out there that people like, haha, okay, and scroll away. But this is something people can take something from and learn, right? It is a content that promotes people to know and learn more about our country's heritage and culture. And I feel that because of how the world is now, things are like stuff like culture, history is so watered down over the years. You can go out and ask, hey, do you know why some people wear kebaya? Why some people wear baju kurung? They'll be like, I don't know, design, I guess. But there is more of an answer towards it. Baju kurung was brought in by religion, right? When the Arabs came and spread Islam to us. That's when the baju kurung was brought in. But the kebaya actually transcended time from back when, before Islam came into Malaysia. There is they used to wear kebaya back then, and it came down. So that's why we have multiple variations of clothing. That's why I felt, after knowing all this, after learning about all this knowledge, I felt that I need to be the person, still alive and like doing content that allows people to learn something from. And also, I find it very upsetting sometimes when I go into like my restaurants and then I see like iPad kids, right? They're scrolling Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all the content they see is brain rot, gada gadi, gada whoa. And I'm like, oh no, gada gadi, gada, no, this is not it, right? I just hope that, some people out there, maybe some people from this room could one day just wake up, decide to post about themselves, like whatever you guys like, oh, some of you like cooking, put it out there. Some of you had a good day, put it out there. Because in life, I think many things can be made into content. And I hope that some of you out here also can create content for the future generations to learn something from, to take back, right? Got kid over there. Oh, she's not looking. Okay. So yeah, I hope that some of you may be inspired to create content for the better and make social media in Malaysia a much more knowledgeable, knowledge-wealthy place for the future generations to come. And I also hope that some of you will remember that through my story and all, that being resourceful is very important. Thinking about your future is also very important. And every little thing you do now, today, will affect the next second, minute, hour, day, month, year in your life. So don't waste the time that you have. Think about the future. Make progress and little steps to pave the path for your future. And the title of my speech today is Life is Content. Post about it. I hope you find that life is content, happy, and I hope that you might just post about it one day. Who knows what might happen next? Thank you very much. My name is Pudds.